Welcome back to Grit Gym. Do we have the mics hooked up and everything? Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
know.
All right, good deal. Welcome back to Grit Gym. We have Tori Owens here. Tori's been working out at Grit Gym not working out at Grit Gym. She's been working at Grit Gym, so working out.
I work out here too.
I'm pretty sure you just crossed the year mark, didn't you?
Yeah, I did like last week, I think.
Pretty cool. We didn't get. I was like, we got to get you like in a mug or something, but then I didn't know what to put on it.
Another crown would be nice.
Another crown.
Another crown.
I think you got to earn that one.
Well, all right.
Well, you already earned one. Go get another one.
I will.
All right. So that's August 6th. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
Next
know
Move
that.
Strong Games, August 6th.
Cool.
So you got to get your game on because Aaron was
Always.
only 2 points behind you
Oh.
for overall winner. You got to find a way.
Always.
No, Move Strong Games champion this year. I know. She works at Grit Gym. She's been here for about a year. She does a great job. Really super smart. Does really well with this stuff. I like some of the stuff that you actually say to me. I'm like, wow. I really wish I would have understood that like when I was your age, but I didn't really get it down until I didn't really expand my mind to grasp what you just grasped until I was probably 6 or 7 years ago. And
Well, that makes me feel really good.
yeah. Was that a backhanded compliment? It wasn't, was it?
I didn't
Or
mean it as one.
were you being genuine?
Yeah.
All right, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Sure. My name's Tori Owens. I'm a whopping 22 years old.
What? Okay, this is a funny thing. Why? What's the age cutoff where? And Amber, you can weigh in on this one too. Amber's behind us. What do you guys think the age cutoff is where people stop telling you their age?
I think it just depends on the person.
Really?
Like,
But I've never gotten on one of these shows and been like, I'm Adam Reese. I'm a whopping 33 years young.
You should.
no big deal.
Yeah, it's.
I
You
don't
know?
I don't know.
When do you start to feel like you get taken seriously as an adult?
When do you start getting taken serious as an adult?
Yeah.
Because I don't think that's ever been a problem for you in here, and that probably
No,
is.
not in here, but I mean in the.
Yeah, outside of here, do you think? Because I've never heard from anyone saying that that's a thing for you. Because you don't handle yourself like a 21 year, 22 year old or whatever you
22.
just said you were, 22,
Oh.
a 32 year old. You don't handle it. No,
I think it just depends on the situation, the dynamic. Because when I'm in class, I feel to my professor, I'm like, well, he's smarter, and I don't want to use inferior, but that's kind of that situation.
your professor is inferior to you.
Well, no, I'm inferior. He's superior. Never mind.
I
but-
get it. He's not
yeah.
your peer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see that distinction. But if I'm with people, in here, I feel the same. I feel the same age until people start talking about movies or songs, and I'm just yeah.
Hey, remember when this one came out and it's Van Halen, and you're like, yeah,
I get so excited when I actually know what.
yeah, or an actress from back in the day, and you're like, I don't know who Gina Davis is.
I have no idea.
Amber just gave us a look too. That was really funny.
I'm the oldest.
Yeah, that's A League of Their Own. You should watch it. You'd like it.
Okay.
A League of Their Own is a good movie.
Is
a good
it?
movie.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
put it on my list.
I have to admit, I've never seen Thelma and Louise though, so
What's
I like A League of Their Own.
you can't watch Wayne's World until you've watched the ending of Thelma and Louise.
I've seen Wayne's World.
Okay, so you know the
So-
part where they're at the end where they're playing out the different endings and they go jump off a cliff, and then they do that thing.
Sure.
All right. Well, one of those scenes that they play out is the Thelma and Louise ending.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Now you know.
I learn something new every day.
All right. So let's get into the fitness side of stuff. Why'd you get what piqued your interest in this thing in the beginning? Anyway.
Well, I've always liked being active. When
Yeah.
I was young, I was actually a ballerina when I was young.
Were you really?
Yeah, I did.
I can
dance.
see that. You're
Yeah.
a little jumper. You should see this girl jump. Or watch her move around and stuff. You're like, she's a powerhouse for sure. All right. So you're a ballerina.
I did that. I think
Pretty
it's
tough for a ballerina.
I actually I did it until I think second or third grade, and then one of my older sisters, she was playing basketball, and I went to one of her games or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's cool. I want to do that. And then I got into basketball.
Not to hijack your story, but what did you see in basketball that you were like, I want to do that?
It just it looked a lot more fun. And then
Was it the aggression and the going against each other
Yeah.
and the competitive atmosphere of it?
I think my thought was well, dance is girly. I don't want to do that.
Oh, yeah?
I want to be a girly girl. So I got into that, and then I did basketball for a while, and then I did volleyball, but it was more like I want to do basketball.
Sure.
Loved it. There's actually, it's a funny story. Well, I think it's funny. So
Okay.
that's all that matters.
Yeah.
I think I was in seventh grade.
Okay.
And this is like the last year I did basketball before I really got into volleyball. So we were at this basketball tournament, and for some reason, like the team we were playing, we had the same color uniform. We were both gold. And so it was after halftime, and we had just switched baskets. The other team had the ball. I was just standing there, like, guarding this girl, and then all of a sudden, like, I catch the ball. And, like, I just, like, looked around. The girl just threw it right to me. I was like, huh, all right. Went up, shot it.
No. You scored on yourself, didn't you?
It was the only 2 points the team had.
Oh, so it's kind of good that you scored for him. Like, that's kind of like a pity point. Like, that's like the ultimate pity point. Like, I guess we'll score one for you since you can't do it. Since you can't do it for yourself.
Yeah. So
that's worse than the dig where you're like, good game, I guess. Yeah. Ouch.
Better luck next time. But yeah, so I did that. And then
oh man.
a girl that I went to school, she introduced me to like traveling volleyball, and I just like fell in love with that. It was so fun. So then like I just kind of like took off with that. I think.
Cool.
But I'm done now, sadly. But I did.
But how long did you play?
Since I was 11.
Yeah.
So like 11 years.
Yeah. That's what I said. Like, I remember when you put up that post, and I was like, I know what that feels like.
It's not a great
tell them
feeling.
about the post that you put up. Like.
Oh yeah, it was a like team picture of my last team that I played with, Iowa Club Volleyball. If you're in college and do want something to do, highly recommend it. Best decision I ever made. But I was actually worked here this morning, and I was talking to, I think it was Bobby, and I was just like, yeah. So I just got done playing volleyball, and then I got thinking about it. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is like the first fall I've never had volleyball or like anything sport-wise to do. And I was just like,
it's a rough moment. Yeah, I remember doing that with football where like it was coming up where I was like, I like felt like this like rumble inside of me. I can't explain it. It was like a rattle, like a rumble. And I remember being like, and thinking like, I'm supposed to go to camp soon. Yeah. Like, it was like my hands were even like almost shaking. It was like my body was in trembles.
Oh, wow.
It was like this weird. I wasn't that dramatic, but it was just like I'm supposed to go to camp. I'm supposed to hit somebody. Like I'm supposed to be, because it had been like 11 years of conditioning where I just like I couldn't.
You just get like so used to it, and you're like,
it's such a part of you.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, I always loved going to practice. I'm like, yes, I get to go practice. I get to go do this, and then like you're just not there anymore. You're just like, so I'll just go do something.
Yeah, it's like, well, who am I?
What do I do now?
Yeah, because it almost becomes part of your identity. Like, I am a volleyball player. I am a football player.
Yeah.
This is what I do. And it's like, I'm not that anymore. Well, who the hell am I now?
Now I'm just an old fart that watches it.
Yeah. That's, what am I then? If you're...
I don't know. An older fart?
Yeah, that would be accurate.
Who knows?
Wow. All right, so you got, so sports, is that kind of what you got in you into strength conditioning and training and doing that stuff?
Well, like doing like throughout that, like I always like lifted, I always like being active, but I didn't really like dive into it until like I started interning here, because like growing up and like doing that stuff, like I didn't know like what I was doing really. I just thought it was something like, oh, I have to do this to get better at volleyball.
Well, yeah, which is like that's correct. Like, it's accurate.
But like coming in here and like learning like what actually is happening and like how you can manipulate everything to get the results that you want, and like how like crazy like strong and like powerful our bodies can be. It's just like whoa. It's
pretty wild how much like we might be leaving on the table.
Yeah.
If you could go back with the knowledge you have now to when you were like in 7th grade and like train with the knowledge you have now, you'd be way better than.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
And you're probably going to say the same thing in 10 years from now. It's just like.
Yeah, I didn't know anything back then, but now,
ooh. Okay, so sports kind of got you into it, and and then you started working here, and then like why turn pro? Like why go from just being an intern? Like why would you want to make this why would you want to do this as a job?
I I just feel so lucky that every time I get to come in here, like, there's been like some days where like I'm dead ass tired, but every time I get in here and like start talking, and I just like start talking to people, and I don't know, I like to goof around, and I take my job seriously, but
you can goof around and be serious
goof around a
or
lot.
You can be focused and like it's not like like this is serious. There's no fun involved. It's like great.
Then it's not.
Can't wait.
No, but I really love that aspect. I really love all the people like I've met here and like the relationships I've formed with everyone.
Yeah.
And then I've always, like I said, I've always liked to like move around, and like even now I'm still like moving around. But like if I had a job where I just like sat there like 9 to 5 day in day out, I think I would go nuts.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
Yeah.
And like with this, I'm moving around. I see the same people every day, but like I get different interactions with them. And then I just really love the feeling that I'm helping them.
Yeah.
Like, there's been multiple times someone's come in, they're like, I've just had a crappy day. And then I'm like, well, you're going to get that stuff out and you're going to leave here happy. And like, most of the time they do. And I just love that feeling.
Yeah.
And then like, there's just like so many benefits you get from all this stuff, like physically, mentally, and all that stuff.
Well, just from one workout, you can see, I mean, you've seen it. You've seen people like, they come in and they're like, my kid is being a little asshole and my work went terrible. And, you know, they just have like, their whole life is just in shambles, you'd think. And by the end of the workout, they're like...
They're smiling.
Yeah, and even though they just drained, like they came in with no energy.
Yeah.
And then they did the workout and somehow they leave with more energy, and it's really weird. And it's just it's a really cool thing to watch.
Yeah.
And like that's what the workout and being around a supportive, like I think that's kind of what's going on there. Is something mixed with that physical expression of burning off some energy and doing some stuff. It makes a huge difference. And being around other people that are also positive and
it's just like you're in a good environment. And then like every time. What?
Becca said, now you play sand volleyball with me.
Always. Next year, champs. Right, Becca? But yeah, and then I love doing the medicine balls. Like, it's just such relief. You get like all your anger out, all your frustrations. It's just so nice. And then...
So you like throwing the medicine ball at the wall?
I love it.
A little bit? Yeah.
I love it,
yes. No kidding. Yeah, I didn't know that. You do wail it at the wall, I will admit. Like,
well, yeah, I'm getting some frustration.
Yeah, I didn't know you had so much.
I
didn't know you had that. You're always this like smiley little thing. Like I didn't know you had like this like.
Well, yeah.
The beast in you.
Well, I thought like I just like my personality. I think you just like I'm just a beast. I thought that was known.
Only by your actions. I actually do. I like the couple times I've seen you compete. I'm just like, this is awesome.
There's like, I don't know, like most of the time, like I'm pretty happy and serious, but I'm competitive.
Yeah.
Like put me in in a game, like there's like a switch or something.
I know exactly what, like I saw, like when I went and watched you play hoover ball, I was like, I know who she is now. I am exactly the same way. It's just like, it's like one person, it used to be when I would cinch up my shoulder pads, it was like this rush came over me and it was like I was a completely different person. Yeah. You're just
like, let's go. Let's get it. Just like that mentality.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Yeah, I think you do a little bit better job of turning it off than I did, but yeah.
I like have my moments. Like, I don't take to losing very well. So like when I do, like my parents and like everyone knows this. Like if I lose, like there's some things like I'll lose. I don't throw a fit. I just like internalize it all. You'll just see me on my face, and I'm just like.
Yeah, I don't talk to anybody for like 3 days. I'm just like.
Well, not that bad. Like, that's a little.
I don't throw a fit. I don't get like mad. It's just like I'm just very disappointed in myself. Yeah.
Yeah, it's more like here.
But it's like taking it like a challenge kind of.
Yeah.
Is that how it is for you?
Yeah. But yeah.
That's cool. So So you played sand volleyball now, and you played hoover ball. What were those like? Because you played with some people in here.
Yeah, I played hoover ball with Madison, who I definitely could. She could beat me up.
She's pretty strong.
Yes, she could probably beat me at the medicine balls. No, she will beat me at the medicine balls. And then Becca. I love Becca. She's so nice, so friendly. It was just like a good environment. I've like never played anything like that. There's like a drill in volleyball we used to do, like something similar.
Yeah.
But that 4-pound medicine ball,
Well, 4-pound medicine ball seems really light, but when you're winging it around like you guys were, it
got heavy real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just remember the next day I like woke up, just like my upper back. I was just like, I've never felt this pain before.
You were diving for some crazy balls, so there could be part of that too.
Probably. I just like stood out of bed and like moved around a little bit. I was like, no, not yet.
Well, good. You earned it.
Yeah, I love that. It was something new and different. A cool environment. Like we were there like all day, and it was like a nice community thing.
Yeah.
So it was all fun.
Yeah.
Same thing with sand volleyball. I went and played. I think I only knew Becca on the team, but like,
Well, now you know everybody.
now I know everybody, and that's
Now you
nice.
know everybody.
I know everybody. And that was a lot of fun. Same thing. We were out there. It was a long day. We were out
Yeah.
there from like
It sounds
9
like it.
a.m. I think we got done playing at like 12:30. Oh, whoa.
I'd have to sleep for a couple days.
You know, I probably should have.
Probably should have.
I didn't. But that was a lot of fun. Again, just like in that West Branch community, just like everyone like knew everyone. I was like, oh, this is so nice.
Yeah.
My name's Tori.
My name's Tori. I'm gonna turn into a freak here as soon as we start.
As soon as the clock starts, we're not friends. I'm sorry.
No more being friends.
Nope.
All right, and then so what else since you started here? We went to Perform Better. How's the education like learning new stuff out here?
It was so cool. Like, I loved listening to Mike Boyle and then Stuart McGill. They were just like, all the concepts they were doing, like, whoa, that's so cool. Like, all the stuff they were putting out there, I'm like, I have never even heard of this. Like, why am I not like learning this? This is like so cool. And then,
Well, that's why we brought you, so you
know.
were learning it now.
well, we were there for like what,
3 days.
3 days?
Well, 3.5, I guess.
How many hours a day? Like 8? No.
I think it's 6 hours both days, and then the last day is like 4 hours.
Yeah, and like not doing anything, but at the end of every single day, my head was just like drained. I was like, I am exhausted, but I am
Yeah.
excited to come back. It's
Yeah.
like, wow.
Yeah, it's really cool because like just hearing it from a different angle on the same thing, or like having to be tested in that. Like in school, you're tested like on paper, but
Yeah.
like you don't really do like practicals. And
No.
there, it's like you're
You
doing
learn it and then you use it.
and then you use it on
Yeah.
another coach who also knows what they're talking about, and you're like, oh shit, now I'm on the spot. Now you really gotta,
I gotta know my stuff, man.
yeah, it changes the
Yeah.
changes the whole deal.
It was really cool. I love it. Thank you for bringing me. It was nice.
Yeah, we brought. That's the most people we've ever taken. We took you, we took Chris, I came, Eric came. That was awesome. It was
a good
really
time.
fun to. It's fun to see the lights come on for you guys. Like to see that kind of stuff and like hear you talking about it. It's like yeah. Now we're geeking out. Now it's cool
Yes, now we're geeks.
for sure. But and then well, I was gonna ask you, dog person or cat person?
I'm a dog person.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Through and through. I mean, cats they're cool. Like, if I see one on the street and it like comes up to me, like I'll pet it. Like, oh, hi. But I will not own one.
No, I think you're wrong there.
Well, that's your opinion, and you're welcome to it. It might be false. I don't know.
No, we just didn't grow up with cats, so like I have I've never had a relationship with a cat, so it wasn't gonna be a thing.
I just
Yeah.
love dogs because like you come home and they're super excited. You're like, yes, I love it. And then you can like play fetch with them and all that stuff. Like you come home to a cat, like some cats are like, oh, they'll come up to you, but I've like lived with 2 cats and like one just kind of like looked at me and just like looks back. You're like,
It's so funny to see you go back and forth from being like kind of this like not boyish, but like
I get what you mean. You're like, like
girly girl to
tendencies.
not girly girl. It's so funny to watch you bounce back and forth between the two. Like, no, I love dogs and like they're so cute and cuddly and all of these things. And on the other side, you're like, I'm really here to kill somebody. We're playing volleyball. It's like, damn.
It's a switch, man. And then I think it was probably like a gradient. Like, some things like,
There's like a spectrum in there.
Yeah.
It's not so.
It's not cut and dry.
Yeah. Well, how do you know? Like, how do we know what we're getting?
I don't think I even know. It's always a surprise.
I mean, it makes you feel better. I don't know. I don't know either. But so, like, when it comes to training, what does all this stuff mean to you? Like, why do you think people should exercise and like do the nutrition thing and do that? Like, when it all boils down.
Well, like, I'll just like do like an example. So like, people like day in and day out, they like think like I feel like crap. Like this was a crappy day. Like this didn't go right. I have so low energy. I'm just like pissed off, in a bad mood. And then like come in and work out. Like you'll feel better. You'll have more energy. You'll be able to do more things, and then like you'll feel better about yourself. Mm-hmm. Like that's why you should do it. It just enhances your quality of life. Like I know like schedules get pretty busy. Like mine gets pretty busy, but like you just have to prioritize.
Yeah, you're a little worker. You do like you've got 3 different jobs. This being one of them, and you're in school. Like a little worker. Like most people sit around I talk to most kids that are your age, and they're like, yeah, we went out on Thursday and Friday and Saturday, and I just couldn't make myself go out on Sunday. And it's like, how could you what don't you have stuff to do? And they're usually they're like a 5th year senior, and I'm like, what's the matter with you? Like you needed 5 years for a 4-year degree? Okay. But not you. Like you're focused. You got your stuff. You get it done. You work hard. You do the things that you need to do, and you're still making time to continually learn. It's pretty cool.
I'm busy. Yeah.
It's better than being bored. Being so bored you need to go out and drink with all your friends just to deal with the boredom.
Well, I do like going out and having fun. Yeah. Obviously, but Obvi.
Oh.
See, that's a spectrum thing. But got him.
Winning.
Always winning. But I think I've had days where I've had days off, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
It's nice once in a while, but in the summer, if I just kind of go nuts.
Yeah.
Just do I just do something? I don't know.
Do something that I go walk around aimlessly.
Do what?
I've done that before, where I just didn't know what to do, so I don't know what am I supposed to do here. I think it's called relaxing, but I don't know. I'm not really too good at that. Just make noise and hope something comes out.
I think half the time during my day, it's just making noise. Just oh, aye.
All right. What's that one mean?
I don't know. It
just came out.
It just comes out.
Did you find that Did you find that though when you were done with sports? When you were done playing college sports, were you is this what regular students do? Have all this time on their hands?
A little bit, kind of, but with club volleyball, it's
true.
more.
You played club right away, didn't you?
Oh, my freshman year, I did have a scholarship, and transferring from that to that, I kind of liked it a lot better because volleyball was nice, but with just doing club, I was able to focus on different things and do more. If I was continued playing at my college, then I wouldn't have any opportunities that I have now. I wouldn't have gotten into this. I would still be volleyball driven, which is nice, but it's not really going to get me anywhere in my life. And I know, well, it did get me somewhere in my life, but
I get what you mean now.
Yeah. So kind of that, I don't know, after my freshman year, I was ready. I was this is not what I thought. So.
Well, I think a lot of people go through that. People don't realize that when you do college sports, it's a job. I mean, you might put in 40, 60 hours a week some weeks. And some people are easily 40, sometimes 60. But between all practice, film, lifting,
everything,
everything involved. You're running upon running upon running.
It's crazy.
It's wild. Yeah. But when I got done with that, I was just I just couldn't believe what regular students do. I was so bored. I sat in my dorm room with my roommate.
Just stared at the
It wasn't
wall.
a dorm room, actually. It was a townhouse thing. But anyway, I was sitting there. I was is this all you do all day? You play Guitar Hero, chew tobacco, and watch ESPN? He's
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much. I went and got a full-time job. I couldn't stand it.
Oh yeah, I could. I don't like just sitting around for too long.
Yeah.
I just no. Just no.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about your exercise. What are you doing now?
Well, I come in and do the move songs with everyone. Well, not with everyone, but I do them on my own.
Yeah.
So I do that 3 times a week, and then I also do metabolic. I come to the 2-6 class at 6:30. Highly recommend. Very fun. And I do that, and then on Thursdays, I usually do a metabolic on my own, or sometimes if it's a small class.
Brutal.
I know.
Doing any kind of high intensity interval training by yourself is rough.
Yeah, I kind of like it though, because then like it's just within social settings. Excuse me. You have others to like push you, and it's like easier to go harder. But like if you're by yourself, it's more like on you.
Like it's like a mental
more
game.
mental. Yeah. That's what
totally.
I like.
Yeah, you can't wuss out to yourself. You really got to put it. You got to really like put your head down and go.
Yeah, and so like what I do, I don't know if I'm doing like, say like it's like a goblet squat. Like I count like how many I did like when I was the freshman. Like all right, I got to beat that number.
Yeah.
The next time try and beat it. Next time try and beat it.
That's a dangerous game.
I know.
That's a really dangerous game. It's
It
fun.
is.
I mean, it's good. It's a good game. It's just like you go down that path. Like I used to do this thing where this coach, like I say infected in a good way, but he like infected me with this idea. He's like, you can always do one more, but then you can stack one more on top of one more on top of one more, and like
just keep going,
like 1,000 mores later, you're like, no, one more, and it's like God. Like when I get on those kicks, it's just like stop. You said one more like 35 times ago, literally 35 times ago. Just be done.
And like it's been hard, like because I do have that mentality, and then when I lift, like that ego. It's perspective, like just put more weight on there, just put more weight. And it's like, no.
But I can do more, so I should do more.
But you shouldn't, like until you're ready, until you've like stepped up to it.
Yeah,
which is really hard to do. I've caught myself like multiple times, like nope.
Yeah.
It's just so like, it's just so sad. Like when you take the plate off, you're like, yeah.
Yeah, but
like,
that's just smart. That's a that's a mindset thing in of
Mm-hmm.
itself. Is like if you can do that, then you can coax that gain along.
Right.
Because you're actually, by going up in that weight, you're impeding your progress. Like if you would have gone up that heavier weight, your body would have like read that as a threat to itself.
Yeah, and you start like compromising and just to get it done, not to do it right.
Right.
So yeah, and that's been tough, but like I've gotten better at it. Cause like and then I forgot where I was going.
Remember. You have to remember.
You're putting pressure on me, and this is not good.
Good.
But
it is good. So good.
Oh yeah, just like training smart. Like that's like my more like looking at it, because like my
instead of just hard.
Yeah,
God,
like
my
previous experience, like I'm doing this to get better, so I'm gonna work hard at it. I'm gonna like just bust it out. Now it's like, no, I'm gonna be smart about this, because like if I get injured, that's just gonna derail me more than anything else.
Yeah, like nothing's gonna stop. Nothing's gonna hurt your progress more than getting injured. Like if you think of an athlete getting injured, I mean that means like you're gonna sacrifice your whole season for this injury.
Yeah,
like,
not worth it.
That was not worth the progress that you thought you were gonna make that you actually weren't making.
Right.
Yeah, it's a total mind trip.
It is. Yeah.
But, so you've transitioned into just like, instead of just, it sounds like you'll turn on and off your hard work when it's appropriate, and you focus more on this working smart thing. So it's about applying hard work when is necessary.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes the hard work is the mental work. Is that kind of what you're saying too?
It is. Yeah.
Is that what everybody needs to know? Because is that what everybody needs to know? I'll let you answer.
Yeah, like with anything you do, really, like you just have to like. I've gotten, sometimes you just like get caught up in it, and you're just like, I gotta go. And like sometimes you just like gotta take a step back. You're like, okay, let's work hard and work smart. Like there's always gonna be like a better way to do it. But if you don't like pause for like a moment, then you're not gonna know it. And like I sometimes struggle with that. And
we have the door open out here, and all the windows open and
bugs.
everything. So a couple bugs flying in, it's not abnormal.
But yeah, because like I do have that mentality, just like go, get it done.
And it got you, and it took you a long way. Like I think that's the hardest part. Like that got you, like that. Having that mentality is what got you to where you are. Yeah. So it's almost like you're like betraying this this loyalty to this mindset that you have that's been so good to you, and it almost feels like rotten to do it, but it's the thing that you need to do to go to the next place that you want to get to. It's very hard.
Like, how do I get better at this?
Yeah.
Like,
see what I mean by her picking up on stuff that I didn't pick up on until like 5 or 6 or 7 years ago, where it's just like, God, I wish I would have, this would have been great to know when I was 22 or whatever. Is that what you are? You're 22? Yes. I know, I keep forgetting.
Why? No one has gotten my age right today. Damn.
Yeah, well.
22. It's easy. There's a 2 and then a 2. And you flip it around, it's still 22.
Whoa.
Right? Your mind's pretty blown. The last time it happened was I was 11, so you got the 1 and the 1 and you just looked math.
You know I'm 33?
Well, I haven't gotten there yet.
It's the same thing.
No shit.
Damn.
Whoa. That's
Yeah.
what you learn here at Grit Gym. The next one will be
Perspectives.
every 11 years it happens. It's crazy.
Whoa. Yeah.
Whoa. But y'all's mind blown right now.
We're not even doing any drugs.
No, I'm just like this. I don't know why. I'm just like this.
Unexplainable.
Pretty much.
Phenomenon. But no, I think what
Yeah.
you're saying there, though, is like beyond the 22 and the 33 and the 11 years thing, the before that, the whole like work hard, work smart part.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's like top level genius stuff.
It is, and like it's just like seems so simple to do. Like, yeah, I want to work smart. Like I am
Yeah.
smart, but like you don't do it. You don't take
Yeah,
the time.
it's almost like easy to go, well, that's just like trivial, I know.
Yeah.
But do you?
But
Like,
do you
really
really?
know? And do you practice it?
Do you like take the time to think like, because like it's a lot of like self-evaluation, which like I struggle at too, because like you
I think
like
we
take
all do.
and then you're like recognizing like your faults. You're like, oh, right, like I didn't do that right, and then that's hard to kind of like take in, because like I don't know, I used to have like this big like bad perspective on failure. Like failure is bad. Like don't do that.
Yeah.
But like failing is like how you're gonna learn the most. Because I like look back and like all the tests that I have like flunked, I'm like, well, I haven't flunked a lot, but but like those are like the most tests where I'm like, whoa, like I didn't know what I was talking about, and like it's caused me to like pause and like go and look back. But like all the tests like I've gotten good on, I'm like, yep, I know that, but do I really know all of it to the best I can? No.
Yeah, it's same with losing. Like losing isn't really like if you did your absolute gut wrenching best, you're gonna learn something. And
Yeah.
if you acknowledge and you start analyzing and acknowledging what the errors were that you might have made along the way, now we can get
Now you get better.
now we can get something out of that.
Yeah.
But if we just look at this thing like, no, all failure is bad, it's like, well,
I think you only fail if you don't learn anything from it.
Yeah.
If you just accept that failure and be like, I just failed, no big deal. Like,
Yeah.
big deal, like, yes.
that's the coward way out of it, I think.
Yeah.
Like it's just too easy to do that. Like,
Yeah.
like you, like to me, it's like, do not look away. You look right at that failure.
And it's hard.
Yeah.
I think, like, what really helped me is, like, you gave me a book to read, Mindset by
Oh,
Carol.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Carol, was it DeWick or whatever?
Dweck, I don't know.
Dweck.
My voice is like struggling.
It's shaking.
I don't know
Yeah,
what
I
the
drink
deal
some
is.
of that water, too. But that really helped.
Thanks. Shithead.
Oh, there's one. That's one today. Shithead or nerd, that's what I get here. You shithead, you nerd.
Yeah.
Thanks. I know.
I don't think anybody would survive here if they didn't have a little bit of that in them.
Oh no, that's like no fun, like, of course.
But anyway, the book.
Yeah, it just like really like made me think about it, like, cause like, they have this thing like a fixed and an open mindset.
Growth.
Growth, excuse me.
Yeah, fixed mindset, growth mindset.
Yes.
Yeah.
I need to reread the book, obviously. But
Maybe you should.
I have it open. I'm on page 2.
Oh, well, that's the start.
That's like a atta girl, kind of, not really.
You're getting there.
At least you're trying.
Yeah.
But just like looking, I never like thought of it that way. The growth and the growth, right?
Growth, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. But I was in such a fixed mindset, and I was just like, whoa. And you're like, well, shit. And like, I've read it. Sorry.
Shit is a good enough word, as good a word as any. Like,
That's true. Just comes out.
yep.
And like even now, I still like catch myself like, oh no, like that's the fixed mindset, and like just having that growth where you see like more things like an opportunity, not like for the fixes, or like to kind of sum it up is like pass fail. Like you think that if you fail because you're dumb. And then with the growth mindset, when you fail, you think like, how can I not fail the next time?
Yeah, like how can I improve upon this so that this never happens again?
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah. And like growing up and like when I first like did like, or like, yeah, in my younger years, like for volleyball, like that's kind of like how, in my younger years.
Now that you're an elder.
I'm getting there some days.
You got like another 70 years before you say that. Not 70, 60. You got like another 60 years plus what you are right now to be like, yeah, now I'm old.
Yeah. But technically, no, I can still say it now because they were my younger years.
Yeah, they were. They were
my younger years. I can't say that. I just have less of them than some people. Yeah.
The life in your years, not the years in your life.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But like, I had that mindset, like just so scared to fail, and like those are the games that like I did the worst at. Like, I'm just like, whoa.
Yeah. Because you won't take the chance to win. The athlete that's scared to lose will not take the chance to win.
Yeah, and you got to take that chance.
Yeah. Right.
So, yeah, so like being out here and then like lifting and like all of that, like it just has really like helped change my mindset.
Yeah.
And I don't know, just like lifting here, like you can always, like you set goals and then like when you like reach it and then you're like, well, that was kind of easy. Like, ooh, that's nice. Like I feel so much
like
better.
What else could I do?
Yeah, like I'm capable of like so much more, and like that always like translates. Well, it always translates into my life. Like I can do so much more.
Yeah.
Like if I just like think about it and do it like the right way.
Yeah.
And then like this is easier said than done, and like.
Oh, of course. Yeah. But I think strength conditioning is really this like amazing medium for mindset transformation, like because it's controllable for one. Like volleyball, there's a chaos aspect to it where you don't know where the ball's going to go, blah 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 blah. But like with strength conditioning, like we can plan this out. It's a controlled atmosphere. Like you have a certain amount of power within making yourself do what you want to do, and it's fairly predictable. So but you have to stay consistent with it, and you have to work smart, you have to do all those things. So it's a really good medium to practice this like discipline and different other kind of growth mindset things.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Pretty strong. But
it's pretty great. I love it. Yeah.
Well, anything else that you want to leave everybody with? We got to wrap this up at some point. Unless like you know, what are the big things? What are you going to change the world? No, I'm just kidding.
What am I going to change? Oh. Well,
what do you want in the world? World peace. No.
Yes, just world peace. I just want it. Well, I guess like the theme of this interview would be like, I don't know, just like don't be afraid of like failing, and like it's if you do fail, that's all right. Like everyone fails, everyone does it. Like I'm pretty sure I've failed in some way today, probably.
Yeah, there's no perfect people. I saw the shirt the other day that said "No perfect people allowed." I was like, "That's a great shirt."
I would buy that shirt.
Yeah.
I'd hang that up. Yeah. There we go. We'll leave with that. There's no perfect people, and that's fine. I'm not perfect.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to be perfect even if you could be. It would be so boring.
Or like being normal. Who the hell wants to be normal?
Yeah. We need to get that sign back up. If you're here to be normal, you're in the wrong place.
Just walk
away.
It's
a good sign.
Just walk away.
That would be funny if we got somebody who's like, no, I really want to be normal. It's like, window. Do you really?
No.
All right, where can they follow you?
They can follow me on Facebook, Tori, spelled with an I, T-O-R-I. You would imagine how many people misspell my name.
Different ways are there to spell Tori?
There's with an I, there's with a Y. Some lady at Starbucks, she spelled my name T-O-R-R-I-E. Like, I don't know where that R is coming
Fancy.
from.
Tori.
Just like Tor-E. Just really emphasize the R.
You should change it to Tornado.
Tornado. I could.
Should be their legal name.
Tornado Owens. That rolled off nice, but I'm sure I would get some looks. I'm also on Instagram. Same thing. Tori.Owens16.
Why 16?
It was a volleyball number.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that like, I've talked to like a lot of former athletes, and like it just like I just picked 16, and now it's like just stuck with me.
Yeah.
Can't remember for the life of me why I picked 16, but now it's just I need a password. Let's throw that number in there. I need a username. Let's throw that in there.
Yeah, it makes an easy distinction. If it makes you feel any better, my first email address was Adam Reese 48.
48 number. Yeah.
Hardcore. 48 is my football number.
Yeah. I don't know. Some emails like I've seen it. One with, it's just like, what were you thinking? Like hot mama at Gmail is like.
Whoa. That's
yeah.
That's like a stripper email.
Yeah, I was like, all right, well, you
like
do
your
you.
kid Cinnamon.
My kid's name is Destiny.
I don't know. Rachel's is I love Sims. I_LUV_Sims. She's had it since she was like 11. I think it's really funny. Yeah, well, that'll be fun. Anyway, so tell them again real quick, sum it up. So Tori.Owens16 on
That's
Instagram.
Insta, yep. We're posting a lot of great stuff out there. And then
they're laying down that quality.
Oh, always. And then just Tori Owens on Facebook.
Cool. Well, thanks for doing this.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, for watching.
All right, so that's the end of this interview. Thanks for listening, guys. Really appreciate it. Maybe we should look through design. Yeah, I think we covered them all. If not,
sorry.
So cover them in here, or maybe we'll use this for maybe Q&As for a different video someday.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
That'd be cool. All right, thanks for being here, guys. Really appreciate it. We'll see you soon.
Thank you. Do you want to hit mine right there?
No.